From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
We do still have a severe thunderstorm watch across a large part of the area through the evening hours, but the severe weather threat, even though we have more storms coming this evening and tonight, severe weather threat starting to settle down with time here. We also have a flood watch up over the Highway 412 corridor that includes Lewis, Murray, and Marshall counties in our area, back northward for additional rain during the overnight and tomorrow morning that may cause some flash flooding as we see several inches of rain train over the area. Mainly a street flooding type flash flooding situation, but we'll watch to see how that goes. Maybe some isolated flooding down in the southern middle Tennessee, northwest Alabama, but the threat not quite as high once you get Highway 64 and off to the south here. We'll watch that carefully. Showers and thunderstorms have been widespread this afternoon with the first line of thunderstorms coming out of Kentucky through Tennessee, now into North Alabama. Another line of thunderstorms back in the West Tennessee that will be shifting into the area this evening with more heavy rain and thunder expected. However, it's about to be moving into a rain-cool air mass, and it's already starting to show signs of losing some intensity because of that. So I do think, despite it looking a little nasty here on Futurecast, it does weaken below severe limits with time. And for the most part, it's 30, 40 mile per hour winds, some intense lightning, and some heavy rain here as it shifts out of southwest Tennessee into parts of southern middle Tennessee, northeast Mississippi, and a large part of northwest Alabama. That continues to shift southward. Then as we go toward daybreak hours, we start to see more showers and thunderstorms off to the north of I-40. These shift into southern middle Tennessee during the morning hours into midday, and they may creep into northwest Alabama as well. We'll see how far south they extend. That's a question mark. And then as they weaken, they start to shift eastward time, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms into the afternoon. And this is a question mark because the rain-cooled air from that has the potential to bust our temperature forecast tomorrow afternoon. The HERB model here, which is honestly handling today's thunderstorms the best, keeping temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for daytime highs. So we've lowered our temperature forecast for tomorrow back closer to the 90 to 92 range. That 90 to 92 is still going to be possible tomorrow afternoon for daytime highs if we see some afternoon sunshine. However, if the rain-cool air sits around, we stay mostly cloudy, we may still only get into the mid to upper 80s for daytime highs. So know that there's some question there with how warm we'll get tomorrow afternoon. And then I think we'll see maybe a few more isolated thunderstorms across the area on our Thursday, but rain chances not as high. They do start to tick up Friday into Friday evening and Friday night as this next frontal boundary sags into the area. Another round of maybe some locally heavy rain, gusty winds with some storms, but that shifts southward so that finally it looks like we have a fully dry weekend ahead for Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures the next few days. Tomorrow is questionable. Like I talked about, if we see some sunshine, we'll reach the lower 90s. However, if that rain-cooled air sticks around into the afternoon, we may not get out of the mid to upper 80s for daytime highs. So put a little bit of a question mark for me on Wednesday. We see warmer conditions on Thursday, mid to upper 90s look likely, and then that front settles into the area, and that knocks us back to the mid to upper 80s and the lower 90s as we move in through Friday and the weekend ahead with some slightly drier and cooler air moving in, especially Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows back into the 60s. So for tonight, showers and thunderstorms through the evening, maybe a break after midnight, and then more showers and thunderstorms possible toward daybreak from north to south. Morning lows in the lower 70s. And then showers and thunderstorms off and on, especially the first half of the day looking more likely, and then more isolated into the afternoon. But they could pop up at any time tomorrow. But there may be another cluster tomorrow morning, not with nearly as much of a severe weather threat, but there may be some more heavy rain and a cluster of thunderstorms tomorrow morning. If we see some afternoon sunshine, we may hit the lower 90s here. Otherwise, it may be the mid to upper 80s. So listen to me saying that. Don't just look at the map and ignore what I'm saying. Temperatures could be a few degrees cooler if that rain-cool air sticks around. It's going to be the same thing over in northwest Alabama, and it's even more of a question mark here because we're not sure how far south into North Alabama tomorrow that morning cluster gets. The farther south it goes, the more possible it is for that rain-cool air to keep us worked over. So that's why tomorrow afternoon it is a question whether it's upper 80s, lower 90s over northwest Alabama as well. It's not going to be too much of a difference, but there is a little bit of a difference there, whichever way that goes. Showers and thunderstorms, especially first half of the day. They're a bit more isolated on Thursday, and then the rain chances kick up again Friday afternoon, Friday night. And then we're dry for the weekend. And as of now, it looks like that dry air may last on into at least the first part of next week. There's the Look Your latest 7-day forecast. We'll continue to monitor the rain and thunderstorms overnight. Kelly Rosson's in the Weather Center tomorrow morning with the next full check of your local weather.